Hello, Namaskar. Welcome you to the SAAR analysis. I am Chaman Nayak and here's my take. A quick question. How many years do you think it would take United States to replace China's rare earth processing capacity if Beijing cut exports tomorrow? 1 year, 3 year, 5 year? Well, the answer is closer to a decade. And that's what uncomfortable reality Washington is facing today. Well, because despite all the talk about resourcing, industrial policy, and supply chain security, China still processes 90% of world's rare earth minerals, the material sustainable essential for everything from F-35 fighter jets to missile system to electric vehicles, infrastructure, and advanced semiconductor. Well, that raises a bigger question. Has America already lost the most important economic battle of 21st century before it already began? Let's take it out. Well, for decades, China pursued a strategy of few Western leaders took seriously. While American focused on innovation and finance, Beijing focused on control. Control over mines, control over refinancing, control over supply chain, and most importantly, control over prices. By flawed markets, subsidized production, and accepting the loss that private competitors couldn't sustain, China gradually built dominance across critical mineral ecosystem. Well, the evidence is impossible to ignore because material powering America's future are increasingly dependent on China's processing. And that's what Trump administration is introducing a new mineral pricing framework. Well, the objective isn't simply mining more minerals, it is creating a system where the Western producers can survive long enough to compete. While using AI-driven price models, strategic tariffs, coordinated trade agreement, and Washington hopes to reduce the dependency that many national security experts now consider a strategic vulnerability. Now the question rises, why does this matter? Because this isn't just a mining story, it is a power story because every electric vehicle America wants to build, every semiconductor factory America wants to open, every missile defense America wants to deploy begin with minerals, and whoever control those minerals leverage control over entire industry. But there is a slight complication. Well, the American allies remain divided. At the G7 level, countries agreed that dependence on China is risky for sure. What they don't agree is how much economic pain they are willing to accept. Well, some want aggressive action, some want other fear about retaliation, inflation, and supply disruption, and that division may bring China's biggest advantage. Now let's look at the bigger picture. For most of the last century, geopolitical power was measured in barrels of oil. In next century, it will be measured in terms of lithium, cobalt, graphite, and rare earth. Well, the context is no longer who builds the future for, it is about who controls the ingredients that are needed to build it. Now, here's my take. The United States still has the capital, technology, and allies needed to challenge China's dominance for sure. What doesn't have is time, what doesn't have is building a mine, and what it doesn't have is building a refinery that may take years. But building trust among allies even takes longer, and building trust is an important criteria because that's what mineral war matters. Because country that controls the critical mineral won't just influence supply chain for sure, it will influence the balance of economic and strategic power to decide the future to come. Well, that's all from today's analysis. I will be back with another episode. Till then, thank you for watching this.